everyone. Welcome back to Go Speak English podcast. I'm Sophie, and I am so excited to be here with you today.
And I'm Daniel. Hey guys, we're super pumped for today's episode.
You know what, Daniel? Today's topic is something really special. It's something that literally everyone can relate to, no matter where you're from.
Oh, I already know where this is going.
Yes. Today we're talking about your family. How to talk about your family in simple, natural English.
Now, before we dive in, we have a little challenge for all of you listening right now.
Ooh, yes, the challenge. Okay, so here it is. I want you to think about one family member right now. Just one. It could be your mom, your dad, your brother, sister, anyone.
And by the end of this podcast, you'll be able to describe that person in English confidently. Deal?
Deal. So don't skip ahead, don't get distracted, stay with us till the end, and I promise you'll surprise yourself with how much you learn.
Absolutely. And hey, a quick little intro about us. Sophie here has been teaching English for 8 years now.
Aw, thank you, Daniel. Yeah, 8 years of helping students just like you speak English naturally and confidently.
And I've been working with learners from all around the world. And I gotta say, talking about family is one of the first things people want to learn.
Exactly. Because when you meet someone new, what's one of the first questions they ask you?
Tell me about your family.
Yes. So today, we're going to make sure you're ready for that question. We'll cover everything from the basics to some really cool natural phrases that native speakers use.
And the best part? It's all super beginner friendly. Even if you're just starting your English journey, you're in the right place.
Absolutely. No complicated grammar, no confusing words. Just simple, real, everyday English.
So before we jump into the good stuff, if you're enjoying this podcast, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends who are learning English too.
Yes, please. It really helps us create more awesome content for you. Plus, you'll get notified every time we upload a new episode. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.
All right, Sophie, let's get into it.
Let's do this. Okay, so part 1. Let's start with the absolute basics. Daniel, when someone asks, "Do you have a family?" what do you say?
Well, everyone has a family, right?
Exactly. But you know what's funny? A lot of beginners get confused by this question.
Really? How come?
Because they overthink it. They start thinking, oh my gosh, do I say yes? Do I say no? What if I don't live with my family?
Ah, I see what you mean.
So let me make this super clear for everyone listening. When someone asks, "Do you have a family?" they're basically asking, do you have parents, siblings, maybe kids? That's it.
Right. So a simple answer would be like, yes, I have a small family, or yes, I have a big family.
Perfect. See how easy that is? You don't need to explain everything right away. Just a simple yes or no, and maybe one extra detail.
Okay, so let's say someone wants to know more. What's the next question usually?
Great question. Usually people ask, how many people are in your family?
Okay, and how do we answer that?
Super simple. You just count the people who live with you or your immediate family. For example, I could say, there are 4 people in my family.
Nice. And then they might ask, who are they?
Yes, and here's where it gets fun. You can say, my mom, my dad, my brother, and me.
Oh, I love how simple that is.
Right? You see, beginners, this is the beauty of English. You don't need fancy words, just clear, simple sentences.
Now, Sophie, what if someone has a really big family? Like, I have cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents.
Good point. Okay, so here's the thing. When we talk about family in casual conversation, we usually talk about our immediate family first.
Immediate family. That means the people closest to you, right?
Exactly. Your parents, your siblings, maybe your spouse and kids if you have them. That's your immediate family.
And then there's the extended family.
Yes, your extended family includes your aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, all of that.
Got it. So if someone asks about your family, you start with immediate, and then if they want more details, you can talk about extended.
Bingo. You're getting it, Daniel.
Thanks. Okay, so let's talk about the words themselves. Like, how do we say these family members in English?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked, because this is where a lot of beginners make small mistakes.
Really? Like what?
Okay, so let's start with parents. You have your mother and your father, right?
Yep, mom and dad.
Exactly. Now, here's something important. Mom and dad are informal. You use them when you're talking casually.
And mother and father are more formal.
Yes, like if you're filling out a form or talking in a very formal situation, you might write mother and father. But in everyday conversation, it's mom and dad.
That makes sense. What about siblings?
Okay, so sibling is actually the formal word for brother or sister.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so if someone asks, do you have any siblings? They're asking if you have brothers or sisters.
And you could say, yes, I have one brother, or I have two sisters.
Perfect. Now here's a fun one. What if you're an only child?
An only child. That means you don't have any brothers or sisters, right?
Exactly. So you could say, no, I'm an only child. Super simple.
I love that. Okay, what about talking about age? Like if you have an older brother or a younger sister?
Ooh, good question. So we use older and younger to describe age. For example, I have an older brother, or I have a younger sister.
And if you have two brothers and one is older and one is younger than you?
Then you could say, I have two brothers. One is older than me and one is younger.
Nice. What about if they're twins?
Okay, twins are fun. If you have a twin brother or twin sister, you just say, I have a twin brother, or I have a twin sister.
And if they're identical twins?
Then you say, we're identical twins, which means you look exactly the same.
So cool. Okay, Sophie, what about talking about grandparents?
Ah, yes, grandparents. So you have your grandmother and grandfather, right?
Or grandma and grandpa?
Yes. Again, grandma and grandpa are the informal, casual ways to say it. And just like with parents, we usually use the casual versions in everyday conversation.
What about on your mom's side versus your dad's side?
Great question. So if you want to be specific, you can say, my grandmother on my mom's side, or my grandfather on my dad's side.
That's super helpful. What about other relatives like aunts and uncles?
Okay, so your aunt is your parents' sister, and your uncle is your parents' brother.
And their kids would be your cousins.
Exactly. Your cousins are the children of your aunts and uncles.
This is great. What about talking about marriage, like if someone is married?
Ooh, good one. So if you're married, you have a husband or a wife. Or you can use the word spouse, which is gender neutral and formal.
And what about in-laws?
Oh, yes, the in-laws. So when you get married, your spouse's parents become your mother-in-law and father-in-law.
And your spouse's siblings.
Your brother-in-law and sister-in-law.
Wow, there are so many words.
I know, right? But here's the thing, Daniel. You don't need to memorize all of these at once.
Really?
Really? Just start with the basics. Mom, dad, brother, sister. That's it. Once you're comfortable with those, you can add more.
That's such good advice, Sophie.
Thank you. You know, I always tell my students, don't try to learn everything in one day. Take it step by step.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've covered the basic words. What's next?
Next, let's talk about how to describe your family members. Because it's not just about saying, I have a brother. You want to add a little bit more detail, right?
Right. Like, what does your brother do? How old is he? What's he like?
Exactly. So let's start with age. How do we talk about someone's age in English?
You could say, my brother is 25 years old.
Perfect. Or you can say, my brother is in his 20s. That's a more casual way.
Ooh, I like that. What about for kids?
For kids, you usually give the exact age, like, my daughter is 5 years old.
And for older people?
For older people, you can be more general, like, my grandmother is in her 70s.
That's so natural. What about describing what someone does, like their job?
Great question. So you can say, my dad is a teacher, or my sister works as a nurse.
Simple and clear.
Exactly. And if someone doesn't work, maybe they're retired, you can say, my grandfather is retired.
What if someone is a student?
Then you say, my brother is a student, or my sister is studying engineering.
Love it. Okay, what about personality? How do we describe what someone is like?
Ooh, this is my favorite part because this is where you really make your descriptions come alive.
Okay, give me some examples.
All right. So let's say your mom is really kind and caring. You could say, my mom is very kind. She always takes care of everyone.
Aw, that's sweet.
Right? Or maybe your dad is funny. You could say, my dad is really funny. He always makes us laugh.
I love that. What about if someone is strict?
You could say, my older brother is a bit strict, but he cares about me a lot.
Nice. What are some other personality words we can use?
Okay, let me give you a bunch. You can say someone is friendly, quiet, outgoing, shy, hardworking, lazy, patient, impatient, generous, smart.
Wow, so many options.
I know. And the best part is you can mix and match. Like, my sister is smart and hardworking.
Perfect. What about physical descriptions, like how someone looks?
Oh, yes. So you can describe someone's height, hair, eyes, things like that.
Give me an example.
Okay. So you could say, my brother is tall and has dark hair.
Simple.
Right? Or my grandmother has gray hair and blue eyes.
What about if someone looks like someone else in the family?
Ooh, great question. You can say, I look like my dad, or my sister looks like my mom.
That's so useful.
I know. Or you can say, people say I have my mother's eyes.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay, Sophie, I think we've covered a lot in part 1.
We really have. So let's do a quick recap before we move to part 2.
Sounds good.
All right, everyone. So in part 1, we learned the basic family vocabulary: mom, dad, brother, sister, grandparents, and so on.
We also learned how to describe people's age, jobs, personality, and appearance.
Exactly. And remember, keep it simple. You don't need perfect grammar or fancy words, just clear, natural sentences.
Love it. All right, let's move on to part 2.
Okay, everyone, welcome to part 2. This is where things get really fun.
Oh yeah, because now we're going to talk about how to have actual conversations about your family.
Exactly. Not just listing facts, but really talking naturally, like native speakers do.
So, Sophie, let's start with this. When someone asks about your family, what's the most natural way to respond?
Okay, so here's the thing. A lot of beginners give very short, choppy answers, like, I have one brother. He is 20. He is a student.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Right? And it's not wrong, but it sounds a bit robotic, you know?
So, how do we make it more natural?
You connect your sentences. Instead of stopping after every fact, you flow from one idea to the next.
Can you give us an example?
Sure. Instead of saying, I have one brother, he is 20, he is a student, you could say, I have one brother and he's 20. He's currently studying at university.
Ooh, that sounds so much better.
Right? It's the same information, but it flows naturally.
I love that. What else makes a conversation sound more natural?
Adding little details, like instead of just saying what someone does, tell a little story or add a fun fact.
Okay, show me.
All right, so instead of saying, my dad is a doctor, you could say, my dad is a doctor, and he's been working at the same hospital for like 15 years now. He loves his job.
Wow, that's so much more interesting.
Exactly. You're not just giving facts, you're painting a picture.
I love that phrase, painting a picture. What about adding emotions or feelings?
Oh, that's huge. So let's say you're talking about your mom. Instead of just saying, my mom is kind, you could say, my mom is the kindest person I know. She's always helping others, and I really admire that about her.
Aw, that's beautiful.
Thank you. See, when you add your feelings, it becomes a real conversation, not just a list of facts.
Absolutely.
What about using examples?
Yes, examples are amazing. So if you say your brother is funny, give an example.
Like what?
Like, my brother is really funny. Just yesterday, he did this hilarious impression of our dad, and we couldn't stop laughing.
That's great. I can totally picture that.
Right? That's what you want. You want the person listening to picture your family.
This is so helpful, Sophie. What about common questions people ask about family?
Ooh, good one. So let me give you some common questions and how to answer them naturally.
Perfect.
Okay, first question. Are you close to your family?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right? So if you are close, you could say, yes, we're very close. We talk almost every day. Or, yes, I'm really close to my parents. We do a lot together.
And if you're not that close?
You can be honest. You could say, we're not super close, but we still care about each other. Or, we don't see each other often because we live far apart.
That's really natural. What's another common question?
Do you have any siblings?
And we already know how to answer that, right?
Yes, but here's a tip. Don't just say yes or no. Add a little detail, like, yes, I have 2 sisters and they're both younger than me.
Perfect. What does your dad do?
Great question. So you answer with their job and maybe add a little extra, like, my dad is an engineer. He works for a tech company.
Nice. What if they're retired or don't work?
You can say, my dad is retired now, but he used to be a teacher. Or, my mom doesn't work. She takes care of the house and family.
Got it. What about questions like, who are you closest to in your family?
Ooh, I love this question because it's more personal, right?
Yeah.
So you could say, I'm closest to my mom. We talk about everything. Or, I'm really close to my younger brother. We have a lot in common.
That's so sweet. What about if someone asks, do you look like anyone in your family?
Yes, this is a fun one. You could say, yeah, I look a lot like my dad. We have the same eyes.
Or people say I look like my mom, but I don't really see it.
Exactly. See, that's natural. You're not just answering, you're having a conversation.
I love it. Okay, Sophie, what about talking about family traditions or things you do together?
Oh, this is such a great topic because every family has their own special things they do.
Right, like holidays, celebrations, or just regular stuff.
Exactly. So you could say, every Sunday we have dinner together as a family. It's our tradition.
Aw, that's nice.
Or during the holidays, we always go to my grandparents' house. It's a big family gathering.
I love that. What about just everyday things?
You could say, my dad and I watch football together every weekend, or my sister and I love going shopping together.
That's so relatable. What about talking about childhood memories?
Ooh, yes. People love hearing about childhood. You could say, when I was a kid, my mom used to read me bedtime stories every night. I have such good memories of that.
Aw, that's precious.
Right? Or, I remember my dad teaching me how to ride a bike. I was so scared at first, but he was really patient.
These examples are gold, Sophie.
Thank you. The key is to be specific. Don't just say, I have good memories. Tell the actual memory.
Absolutely. Okay, what about challenges? Like, what if someone asks, what's the hardest thing about your family?
That's a tough question, but it's okay to be honest. You could say, well, we live far apart now, so we don't see each other as much as we'd like.
Or maybe, my parents can be a bit overprotective sometimes.
Exactly. See, you're being real, but you're also keeping it light.
Right. What about if someone asks about family conflicts or arguments?
You can keep it general and light, like, oh, my brother and I used to fight a lot when we were kids, but now we get along great.
Perfect. What about cultural differences, like talking about family roles in different cultures?
That's such an important topic. So you could say, in my culture, we really respect our elders. My grandparents are very important to us.
Or, in my family, everyone helps with cooking and cleaning. It's a team effort.
Yes, and these cultural details make your conversation so much richer.
Absolutely. Okay, Sophie, let's talk about some useful phrases for talking about family.
Great idea. Let me give you some phrases that native speakers use all the time.
I'm ready.
Okay, first one. We're a close-knit family. This means everyone is very close and supportive.
Ooh, I like that. What else?
Blood is thicker than water. This means family relationships are the strongest.
Classic. What about describing someone?
You can say, she's the heart of the family if someone holds everyone together.
Or he's the black sheep of the family for someone who's different from everyone else.
Yes, but be careful with that one. It can sound a bit negative.
Good point. What about positive phrases?
He's my rock means someone you can always depend on.
Aw, I love that. What else?
We're like two peas in a pod means you're very similar to someone.
That's cute. What about for extended family?
You could say, I come from a big family, or family is everything to me.
Beautiful. Okay, Sophie, before we wrap up, any final tips?
Yes, here are my top 3 tips for talking about your family in English.
Ooh, I'm taking notes.
Number 1, start simple. You don't need to describe every single person. Just focus on the people you're closest to.
Makes sense.
Number 2, use connecting words. Words like and, but, so, and because make your sentences flow naturally.
Great tip.
And number 3, add personal touches. Share a memory, tell a funny story, describe a tradition. Make it real.
I love these tips, Sophie.
Thank you, Daniel. And everyone listening, remember the challenge from the beginning?
Oh, yes, you were supposed to think of one family member.
Exactly. So right now, I want you to practice. Describe that person out loud in English, even if it's just 2 or 3 sentences.
And don't worry about being perfect, just try.
Yes, because the more you practice, the more natural it becomes.
Absolutely. All right, everyone, we've covered so much today.
We really have. Let's do a final recap.
Sounds good.
So, today we learned all the basic family vocabulary. Mom, dad, siblings, grandparents, and more.
We learned how to describe people's age, jobs, personality, and appearance.
We talked about how to have natural conversations, not just list facts.
We learned common questions people ask about family and how to answer them.
And we shared some really useful phrases and tips.
This was such a good episode.
I think so too. And remember, everyone, talking about family is one of the easiest and most natural conversation topics.
So practice this. Use it when you meet new people, in language exchanges, with friends.
Exactly. The more you use it, the more confident you'll become.
Absolutely. And hey, if you enjoyed today's episode, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to GoSpeakly English Podcast, and share it with your friends.
Yes, please. We upload new episodes daily, so you'll have fresh content to learn from every single day.
And we love hearing from you. Leave a comment and tell us about your family. Who's your favorite family member?
Yes, please. We'd love to know.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening today.
Thank you. Keep practicing, stay confident, and remember,
English is easier when you just speak naturally.
see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.